Well, hello everyone. My name is Sean Astin. I'm a professional actor, and I have been a member of the Screen Actors Guild, now SAG-AFTRA, since the year of our Lord 1981. Woo! My dear mother, Patty Duke, was president of our union in the mid 80s for a term and a half. She stepped down in the middle of her second term because she was producing a show, and there are rules saying that you cannot actively be producing while serving on the board. If you are anything like me, you have waited to the very last moment of this election, Screen Actors Guild SAG-AFTRA election, to vote, which is both very clever because we're waiting to see how things unfold, and also terribly irresponsible because, I don't know, sometimes there's sleet and snow, and I know it's August, but who knows? We want to make sure our ballots get where they're going on time. You can still mail it. You can also, if you're in Los Angeles, hand deliver it sometime in the next 2 days. I just want to say that I voted for my dear friend of 30 years, Matthew Modine, and I voted for president. I voted for Jody Long for vice president. I've really grown very fond of her, and I respect them both a lot. And I've had the good fortune of spending a lot of time over the last 5 months interacting with various members of the Membership First slate. And so Membership First has gone through a lot of iterations over the last many years. But I think Matthew Modine has brought in a new level of excitement and optimism and goodwill to the process. And I know that it is his earnest desire to try and bring the union together. Now, if you've looked at any of the headlines in the newspapers or the trades over the last 2 weeks, you would find that last statement of mine patently absurd. But I want to encourage you not to be dissuaded by the anger and the vitriol and the accusations and everything else. When it boils right down to it, I believe that our union has been behaving in a manner that is not as aggressive as it should be. I'd like to see us take a much stronger approach to negotiating our contracts and also several other types of items. I spent a lot of time contributing my thoughts and ideas to the Membership First platform, which if you go to membershipfirst.org, you can read. It's quite detailed and quite long. And like that. So there's a lot that I don't know. There's a lot that I'm still learning. But I feel pretty confident about my vote, and I hope that you will give serious consideration to Matthew and Jody and the Membership First team. And maybe we will usher in a new era at the Screen Actors Guild, and we'll try and deploy the vast ranks of SAG-AFTRA. There's 160,000 members, and most of them probably have no idea that there's an election going on right now. And a lot of the ones who do probably won't vote. Only 20 to 25% have voted in recent elections, which is really sad because the stakes are quite high. I don't know if residuals are important to you. Look at your residuals. I'm not sure if listen, the industry is changing, and we hear that from our current leadership. And there's a lot of ways to approach the changes that are happening. And I just want to see my guy in there fighting. And I will stand by him and with him as he proceeds to go through that. So all of the current conflict and everything else aside, I hope you get a chance to vote if you haven't, and I hope you vote for my friend Matthew and Jody Long and the other members of Membership First, all the way down the delegate slate. So if you haven't, also, just one other thing, if you haven't had a look at our Constitution, you can go, if you're a SAG-AFTRA member, you can go to our website and look it up. It's amazing. I must say, in my 30 years of being a member of this union, I never really studied the Constitution that closely. And you can see that as a member-run organization, which is shocking because there's so much money at stake. So to have volunteer members in an oversight position over the staff, the extremely, we go out and we hire the best folks, but we also need to make sure that we are conducting proper oversight over the staff, and just as we rely on them to help us do the very important work of the union. So That's all I have to say for the moment, and I will stop talking. As an actor, I don't know how to make an exit.